The powers that be in this world have set up a world of symbols and emblems and terms and catchphrases. Once you understand how this system works, for the first time, the world opens up to you. All of it is right in front of you. But if you don't understand what the words are and what the words mean, you're never going to figure out how this stuff works.
What if everything you believe about the world, your government, religion, and even the laws you obey, is an illusion? Imagine a system so carefully crafted that its control extends into every corner of your life without you even noticing. Jordan Maxwell, an expert in uncovering the symbolic structures that shape human consciousness, spent decades unraveling the truth. According to him, two ancient laws form the foundation of all systems that govern the world today. These laws operate in the background, influencing everything from politics and finance to personal freedoms. But why haven't you heard about them before? Because understanding these laws would dismantle the carefully constructed narrative that keeps society in line. Maxwell's work exposes not just the laws themselves, but the symbols, language, and rituals that uphold them. If you've ever felt like something about our world doesn't add up, you're about to see the pieces fall into place. From the moment you were born, symbols have shaped your reality. They are more than visual cues. They are tools designed to influence your subconscious mind, steering your thoughts and actions in ways you may never realize. Maxwell emphasized that symbols carry profound meanings, often hidden from plain sight. They are not just about communication, but control. Take corporate logos, for instance. A company's logo isn't merely a branding tool. It's a symbol loaded with intent, drawing from ancient archetypes and psychological triggers. Consider the chevron insignia or Shell's scallop emblem. These images aren't random. They trace their origins to maritime laws and religious symbolism, embedding messages that resonate on a deeper level. Even in religious contexts, symbols have dual purposes. On one hand, they can elevate consciousness and foster spiritual growth. On the other, they can be manipulated to maintain control over large populations. When individuals fail to explore the deeper meanings behind these symbols, they fall prey to their power. By educating yourself on their origins and purposes, you can begin to break free from their influence and reclaim your mental autonomy. At the core of human civilization lies a dual legal framework, the law of the land and the law of the sea. These systems are not mere constructs. They reflect humanity's ancient relationship with the elements. While the law of the land governs customs and traditions unique to specific regions, the law of the sea, maritime admiralty law, has a far-reaching impact that transcends borders. Maritime admiralty law originated to regulate trade and navigation across waterways. Over centuries, its influence expanded into realms far beyond the seas, infiltrating government systems and financial institutions. When you step into a courtroom, for example, you're not simply engaging with a system of justice. You are entering a space governed by the principles of maritime law. The very terminology reveals this truth. You go to court, much like a ship goes to port. The judge, clad in a black robe symbolizing Saturn, the ancient god of control and limitation, presides from the bench, derived from the Latin word for bank. This isn't coincidental. Courts operate under the jurisdiction of commerce, and the law of the sea is their foundation. Recognizing these distinctions sheds light on the hidden mechanisms that govern not just nations, but the entire global order. The world's financial systems are deeply intertwined with the principles of maritime law. Money flows like water, controlled by banks, literal and symbolic riverbanks that guide its current. This linguistic connection isn't poetic, it's intentional. Terms like liquid assets and cash flow underscore the maritime roots of commerce. Consider how every financial transaction mirrors the ancient practices of maritime trade. When a ship docks at a harbor, it delivers cargo that must be accounted for with certificates of manifest. Similarly, when you were born, your delivery was accompanied by a birth certificate, a document that ties you to the system of commerce from the moment you enter the world. Maxwell highlighted that even the concept of citizenship operates within this framework. Your identity is not merely a personal matter, it's a legal construct tied to commerce. This realization challenges the way you perceive freedom and autonomy. To truly understand your place in the system, you must question how these maritime principles influence every facet of modern life, from your finances to your fundamental rights. Religion, far from being a purely spiritual domain, plays a pivotal role in reinforcing the structures of control. Maxwell often pointed out that religious institutions function much like corporations, using rituals, symbols, and dogma to maintain influence over their followers. One of the most striking examples of this connection lies in the symbolism of Saturn, revered in ancient cultures as the enforcer of rules and boundaries. The black robes worn by priests, judges, and even university graduates pay homage to Saturn's authority. This isn't a matter of tradition, it's a deliberate nod to the archetype of control. Moreover, the very concept of God, as presented in many organized religions, has been shaped to align with systems of governance. Teachings tied to the dog star, Sirius, in Egyptian mythology, demonstrate how ancient cosmology was integrated into modern religious frameworks. These connections reveal that religion, commerce, and law are not separate entities, but interconnected pillars of a single system designed to guide and manipulate human behavior. Every courtroom is a stage where the principles of maritime law play out in plain sight. When you enter this space, you pass through a symbolic gate, leaving the law of the land behind and stepping into the jurisdiction of the sea. This transition is more than procedural. It reflects a shift in how you are perceived under the law. Within the courtroom, you are no longer recognized as a living individual, but as a legal entity. This is why attorneys, not individuals, speak on behalf of defendants. The act of bailing out ties directly to maritime practices, representing the release of a ship from its moorings. Even the term "past the bar," used to describe an attorney's qualification, harks back to the physical barrier separating the maritime jurisdiction from the outside world. Understanding this framework doesn't just demystify legal proceedings, it empowers you to navigate them with greater awareness. By recognizing the symbolic and procedural elements at play, you can reclaim a sense of agency within a system designed to obscure its true nature. The systems that shape our world are meticulously designed to obscure their true purpose, leaving the majority of people in ignorance. Yet, ignorance is not destiny. Jordan Maxwell devoted his life to revealing the intricate networks of power and influence that govern our reality. His work offers a roadmap to understanding the connections between symbols, laws, and systems, illuminating the path toward true awareness. Maxwell didn't just expose deception, he equipped those who listened with the tools to break free. The journey begins with knowledge, the kind that pierces through the veil and allows you to see the mechanisms of control for what they truly are. Central to Maxwell's wisdom is the idea that awareness itself is power. Understanding the symbolic language embedded in everything from corporate logos to legal jargon is not merely an intellectual exercise, it's an act of liberation. These symbols and terms are the code of the system, and learning to read this code is the first step toward reclaiming your autonomy. Maxwell emphasized that nothing in this world operates the way it appears on the surface. To see the truth, you must dig deeper, question everything, and develop a willingness to confront uncomfortable realities. Only then can you begin to dismantle the illusions that keep you confined. Breaking free requires more than just knowledge. It demands a shift in perspective. Modern society thrives on distractions, entertainment, consumerism, and endless political theater, all designed to keep you focused on trivial matters. Maxwell often warned that as long as your attention is consumed by these diversions, you remain a pawn in a larger game. To break the cycle, you must redirect your focus toward understanding the systems that control you. This isn't easy, but it is essential. Stepping away from the noise and committing to self-education are acts of rebellion against a system that thrives on ignorance. Maxwell's teachings extend beyond uncovering hidden truths. They offer a call to action. He believed that by educating yourself, you not only empower your own life, but also contribute to a broader awakening. Awareness creates ripples that extend beyond the individual, challenging the status quo and inspiring others to question the systems they inhabit. This collective awakening is the only way to dismantle the structures of manipulation and control. Maxwell's message is clear. Every person who takes the time to learn and understand becomes a force of change, no matter how small their actions may seem. Ultimately, the journey toward breaking free is one of courage and persistence. Maxwell often likened it to opening a door to a new reality, one that is far more complex yet infinitely more authentic than the illusions we've been fed. It requires rejecting complacency and embracing the discomfort that comes with questioning deeply ingrained beliefs. But the rewards are profound. With awareness comes clarity, and with clarity comes the ability to navigate life on your own terms. The question Maxwell left to all who listened was simple yet profound. Are you ready to take that step and reclaim your power, or will you remain a spectator in a game you were born to play?